Question is to the Treasurer. Dimity Hurst is a mother of 4 children in the electorate of Lyons. Dimity says that ANZ tried to sell her and her husband's farm out from under them. Just before Christmas in 2013, Dimity says she got a phone call from ANZ telling her that her locks would be changed into pack your bags and get out. Dimity says she has not defaulted and not missed a payment. Is the government so out of touch that it will deny a Royal Commission for ordinary Australians like Dimity into the banks?
Treasurer has the call.
Mr Speaker, I thank the member for her question. I'd be very happy to receive the details from the member and have them referred to ASIC, who has the powers and authorities to investigate into these matters and follow them up. Or, Mr Speaker, alternatively, these matters can be taken up with the Financial Ombudsman, Mr Speaker, and I encourage the member to put the constituent in contact with the Financial Ombudsman, and my office would be very pleased to assist with that. You may also like to know, Mr Speaker, that she may also like to know that ASIC, in relation to ANZ in more recent times, started legal action against ANZ for alleged ringing of the bank bill swap rate. That was in March of 2016. In the same month, following an ASIC probe, ANZ will conduct an independent review of its OnePath subsidiary after ASIC found 1.3 million customers were affected by breaches, requiring $50 million in refunds in compensation, Mr Speaker. In March as well, an ASIC investigation forced ANZ to pay penalties of $212,500 for breaching responsible lending laws on offers of overdrafts. My point is simply this, Mr Speaker. ANZ has been required in relation to actions by ASIC to undertake recompense in relation to these matters. ASIC is the cop on the beat that is doing the job that is required of it, Mr Speaker. Now, Mr Speaker, each day in our communities we see things that happen which we prefer wouldn't happen, and that's why we have law enforcement authorities, Mr Speaker. But that doesn't mean you have a Royal Commission every time there's a break and enter, Mr Speaker. What you do is you ensure the police are well-resourced and well-focused on doing the task that we entrust to them. And it is our job as a government to ensure that ASIC is equally focused and tasked and resourced to do the job. Now, those opposite increase the efficiency dividend for ASIC from 1.25% to 2.5% in one of their last acts as a government, Mr Speaker. What we did is we've initiated a capability review into ASIC, which we'll be announcing our response to shortly, which will address the issues that will enable ASIC to be able to even better deal with the issues that come up in the banking and the financial system, Mr Speaker. We take these issues incredibly seriously, so seriously that last July we initiated that capability review, Mr Speaker. No call from the opposition to do that. They'd just finished voting against a Royal Commission in the Senate at the time, Mr Speaker. No call for a Royal Commission when the FSI response was provided by this government. No, not a whisper. Not a whisper from those opposite. But as an election comes, Mr Speaker, they propose a Royal Commission which is designed to help only one person, Mr Speaker, the Leader of the Opposition. It's not intended to support bank consumers and customers. It's just intended to bolster and prop up the stocks, Mr Speaker, of a Leader of the Opposition who is focused on one Australian, Mr Speaker, himself.